is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Cahooch and welcome back to another episode of Prairie Sun Cooking. Today we've got an amazing gingered butternut squash recipe that'll help you get through this fall season and keep you warm, as well as, like always, fight inflammation. So let's dive right in. Here's all the different ingredients that you need for the recipe. As you can see, it's very simple, but still very delicious. Obviously, as per the name, we'll need some butternut squashes, and these will be 3 medium butternut squashes. You'll need 1 large sweet onion, enough chopped ginger for 2 tablespoons, 2 cloves of garlic. You'll want some cinnamon, some allspice, a little bit of oil, salt, pepper, and enough vegetable stock for 6 cups. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take our squash and we're gonna cut them in half. And then we're gonna take the insides and we'll scoop them into a bowl. So we can move that to the side, and then we'll take a baking pan with some parchment paper on it and we'll place them face down and we'll cover it lightly with some tin foil. And so then you'll want to do this for the other 2 medium squashes, and then we'll put them in the oven at 350 for about 30 to 40 minutes. So I'll get right ahead to those other ones. Now that our squash is in the oven, we're gonna get the rest of our chopping done in the meantime so that we can start to saute it in this nice big stock pot so that by the time they're done, they'll be ready to go and the soup will almost be complete. So for the chopping in this recipe, it's quite simple. There's only 3 things that we need to prepare for the stock pot. And it includes 1 large sweet onion, a head of ginger, and 2 cloves of garlic. Now that we have our oil heated up in our stock pot, we'll add our mix of onions, ginger, and garlic. And so we'll just want to saute these until they're fully translucent, and then at that point we'll add the stock as well as the spices, and then we'll bring it to a boil. So now that our onions are translucent, what we're going to add is 6 cups of vegetable stock as well as the spices, and then once that's done, we'll bring it to a simmer and add our butternut squash. So now that our squash is done, we'll pull those both out and we'll take off the tin foil. You just want to make sure that they are squishy. So you can see that there's some indenting going on when we push on them. You really want to let them cool for probably about 10 minutes or so. And for each squash, you can either let it cool enough to be manageable with your hands, but I'm going to wear a glove. And then you just want to scoop it in and make sure that you don't puncture through and get any of the skin to come with it. Okay, so now that we've got our squash into our stock pot, we're just gonna let it simmer for a little bit, and then we'll pop into the blending mode. So now that our soup's been simmering for about 10 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and use the hand blender. So then we can go ahead and just salt and pepper it to flavor. And so here it is, a hearty fall soup. Once plated, you can feel free to get creative and spice it up with however you want. What I like to add is a little bit of parsley over top, as well as a little bit of high quality olive oil. If you're feeling really crazy, by all means, you can feel free to add some of your favorite hot sauce, but I like mine nice and simple. So now we can do a final taste test. Now that's a delicious gingered butternut squash soup. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your fall, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.